morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the IonQ earnings. Well, it did happen. It did dump. Now, we thought it was a quite steady growth over the last few weeks, but no, it collapsed and it went all the way down. So now that is an oversell. That is an overreaction. You might like to buy and get a bit more now. I'm going to look at it now before I start the main broadcast of the earnings, which starts in just over 15 minutes time. I'm going to look at it now and see if I can buy some back in. See you back in a few minutes for the earnings for IonQ. Big night tonight, big competition as well coming up tomorrow on our show. $125 in cash and 15 hours of one-on-one training. See you back in a minute. Don't go away. IonQ earnings in just a few moments time. Massive drop. What do you make of that? Leave your comments on the screen. We'll be right back in just a few minutes time. I'm just looking at whether I should buy it or not. I'll see you back in a minute. IonQ earnings, there we go. It's down, and that's why we've gone red in the studio. Everything has gone red tonight. We are down 9.95. I'm looking at whether it's worth buying it or not. Still dropping away. I've not yet got the figures. Has anyone got the figures yet? If you get them before me, let me know what the figures are. We're now down 11%. It's a heck of a drop. We often get these overreactions. Is this an opportunity or is it a massive miss? I don't have that information yet. The lowest we've seen is around the 330. So we could lose 50%. It could do that if we've got a big miss. If we go back 3 months, we were down at 450. And yeah, around about the 450. So we could lose a lot if the earnings is similar to last time. It's projected to be. So what do you think? Come into the live chat and share your thoughts with me on the screen. We've gone red tonight, big time. And what do you think? We've got just a few minutes to go before the earnings call starts. But we're waiting to get the figures. I still don't have them. If anyone does, share them with me. I haven't got them yet. So we're keeping our eye on it for now. The earnings call starts in half an hour. In 8 minutes' time, advertised as scheduled. Down 11.37. I wish I could get the figures. Is this just estimate, guessing to drive it down? It's a 50-50 guess at this stage. We don't know. But as you can see from the chart, it's dramatically oversold. But, however, if they've missed on earnings, they beat last time on Q2. They beat significantly. But this is a company still not making any money. But we are seeing a return to tech. Amazon have got an investment in this. Quantum computers is important, of course. How do you see the stock in general? It's also highly speculative in terms of, are they really ahead in terms of useful innovation? Exactly. I like the idea, but it's not a big position for me. I wouldn't be all in on this, or but I think it's worth. I think it's worth an investment, but I don't know. I wish I knew what the earnings figures were. Still waiting for it. I want to welcome our guests over there on TikTok. Welcome to you. Welcome our guests over on Rumble tonight. Thank you very much, everybody. We're just a few minutes away now from earnings. It's a quiet one. IonQ doesn't get a lot of attention. It won't be a busy night on our show tonight. I doubt very much. We shall see. We shall see how it goes, but I doubt if it'll be that busy. Anyway, we'll see. I put a promotion video out earlier, only got 30 views. It's not really highly sought after or searched stock, but I still want to cover it. Anton Lindgren, thank you for your subscription tonight. Thank you ever so much indeed. Free cash video that just went out to win $125 cash tomorrow. We're giving away on our show. Hope you'll take part in that. It's our best ever giveaway we've ever done. Welcome to you if you've just tuned in. This is our giveaway tonight. 3,061 tickets have been given away. Very exciting. That's tomorrow morning. Just 7 minutes to go. We're looking if we can find the numbers. IonQ is off to a strong start this year, technically, operationally, and financially, said Peter Chapman, president. Most importantly, we met our financial target of 29 qubits. But what's the money? Have you seen the money situation yet? Have we missed on earnings? What have they made any money? Well, we don't expect them to make any money at this point, but have they? How badly have they missed on earnings? Because this is a massive drop. waiting to see. I've got 40 shares of this stock at the moment. I'm just looking whether it's worth adding to this. I've just bought a small position. I've just added a small position. I've got a funny feeling it's the typical overreaction in the tech sector. So I've added to my position. With that drop, it's very significant. Let's see. Reportedly quarter sales, 4.29 million, which beat the analyst consensus of 3.79. Okay, by 13%. This is a 119.4% increase over sales. Okay, I just bought some. IonQ recognized revenue of 4 million in the first quarter, although the high end previously provided range compared to 2 million the prior year. Hey, Martin, how are we doing? Okay, I'll buy a. Okay. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. I'm not going to buy any more. I've just doubled my position. So that'll be interesting to see how it goes. If you've just come into the chat, thank you for Anton Lindgren is a new guest. We've got a new guest here. My name is Martyn Lucas. I go live 10 hours a day, every trading day. And then we have the music in the evenings. I'm the World Piano Man as voted by Elton John. Here is, I've got my music channel. Underneath the homepage you'll see. And if you look on the homepage of our video, of our channel, you'll see all our upcoming shows. Here it is. These are our upcoming shows. We cover all the major earnings. We go live all day for the opening and closing bell. We've got Rumble and Arrival next week. We've got much, much more. And if you scroll down, you'll see my music channel. I was voted by Elton John as the World Piano Man. Check me out if you're interested in music. We have music concerts. We have benefits for our members. We have fundraisers. All kinds of stuff. But right now, we are here on the earnings. And let's get straight back to the chart on the screen. There we go. It's starting to come up. I doubled my position. One stock we should be trading here is PLTR and SoFi. I don't like SoFi. I prefer Robinhood. I know they're different. Not a bank, but Robinhood behaves like a bank now with its 4.65% cash sweep. I like it. I put my money in Robinhood instead. It's a similar sector for me. I don't like when SoFi's CEO said we're going to get 2 rate cuts this year. I thought, you're a money man and you're not in touch with the markets at all. So I didn't like when he said that. I lost all faith when he said that. Anyway, I've added to my position. Let's see what happens during the earning call. Right, it's about to begin. Let me, these advertised. Let me end the timer. Let me go over to the earnings. And they're still playing background music. We are now at time. I will mute it, and as soon as I hear it, I will bring it to you. We're just playing background music at the moment. It's now time. So the moment I get the call start, it's not a visual call. It is just an audio call. They're not sending any information other than audio. It's running in the background. I'm listening in. You are in the right place. So welcome everybody to the IonQ earnings. It's always a small one. We don't get a massive crowd for this one, but that's okay. It's an important stock for the future. If you've just arrived, please smash the like button. It helps our channel grow, especially on low-key earnings like this. when we don't get massive numbers. A tap of the like button really makes a difference. They came out, that came out when it spiked. So we're just waiting now for the earnings. Just a few moments to go. Any second now. Virgin Galactic has now gone down to 405. Mullen is up to 140. Rivian at 1387. Tesla now 173. Tilray's 243. Robinhood has continued to rise all day. After hours is down slightly. IonQ going down again. I didn't go all in. Now, their earnings call was advertised for now. It was advertised for 3:30. So we should be live now with IonQ earnings. We're playing the audio, we're listening in, and we're just waiting. The longest we ever waited for an earnings was 7 minutes. I forget who that was now. Typically, it's 1 minute. So we're going into 2 minutes and 10 seconds now. So hopefully they'll begin any second now. IonQ starting to come up a bit. Still playing the background music. I'm listening in. All I can do at this point is to confirm that we are in the right place. And you are listening in. Hopefully we can turn the lights green. And hopefully we can. We are red right now. IonQ earnings. If you've just turned up, we've got a big giveaway tomorrow. We're giving away $125 in cash and 15 hours of one-on-one training to learn about charts and candles. There is the link. It's free to enter, free for all. It's our giveaway in the morning. Hopefully you'll all take part in that. We've got just 42 people taking part. It's our best ever giveaway. Still playing music. We're 3 minutes late now. I'm just waiting for them to begin.
First quarter 2023 earnings call. At this time, all participants are in listen-only mode. A question and answer session will follow the formal presentation. If anyone needs operator assistance during the conference, please press *0 on your telephone keypad. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference over to your host, Jordan Shapiro, Vice President, FP&A, and Head of Investor Relations. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to IonQ's first quarter 2023 earnings call. My name is Jordan Shapiro, and I'm the Vice President of Financial Planning and Analysis and Head of Investor Relations here at IonQ. I am pleased to be joined on today's call by Peter Chapman, IonQ's President and Chief Executive Officer, Thomas Kramer, our Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Chris Monroe, our Co-founder and Chief Scientist, and Dr. Jung Kim, our Co-founder and Chief Technology Officer. By now, everyone should have access to the company's first quarter 2023 earnings press release issued this afternoon, which is available on the Investor Relations section of our website at investors.ionq.com. Please note that on today's call, management will refer to adjusted EBITDA, which is a non-GAAP financial measure. While the company believes this non-GAAP financial measure provides useful information for investors, the presentation of this information is not intended to be considered in isolation or as a substitute for the financial information presented in accordance with GAAP. You are directed to our press release for a reconciliation of adjusted EBITDA to its closest comparable GAAP measure. During the call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our predictions and expectations as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our most recent filings with the SEC. Now, I will turn it over to Peter Chapman, President and CEO of IonQ. Peter?
Thanks, Jordan. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our first quarter 2023 earnings call. We finished the first quarter with $4.3 million in revenue, which was above the high end of our expected range. Meanwhile, we booked $4.1 million in new contracts and are maintaining this year's annual booking guidance. Thomas will share more details on our commercial activity and financials later in the call. We continue to move forward at full speed at IonQ, trailblazing in our industry. In our view, we have distanced ourselves from the pack of pure-play quantum computing companies by having the best cash position by a wide margin. We also believe we are sufficiently funded to get the company to profitability based on our current roadmap. IonQ will continue to focus on achieving quantum advantage and developing commercial applications for our customers. At IonQ, our primary focus has been not on the quantity of qubits in a system, but on the quality of the qubits and their operations. For quantum computers, this quality, also known as fidelity, is the key differentiator in successfully completing computational tasks. We measure the fidelity of our systems using an application-oriented benchmark we call algorithmic qubits, or AQ. AQ is based on work pioneered by the Quantum Economic Development Consortium, an independent industry group, and evaluates quantum computers' utility in real-world settings. Last year, we achieved our goal of hitting 25 AQ. This year, we set an even more ambitious goal of hitting 29 AQ by the end of the year. Recall that every additional AQ corresponds to roughly doubling useful computational space, meaning we can run much more powerful quantum algorithms. Today, I am excited to share that we have hit our 29 AQ target, meeting our 2023 technical goal 7 months early. This achievement, made possible by the hard work and dedication of the full IonQ team, brings dramatically more powerful quantum computing capability to our customers and puts us one step closer to reaching quantum advantage. What's more, I am excited to announce that we hit this target using IonQ Forte, our newest world-class quantum system. You may remember that we first announced work on our Forte system midway through last year, with the goal of running customer jobs on Forte before the end of 2022. We achieved that goal. Our next major technical milestone is achieving 35 AQ, which is particularly significant. At 35 AQ, simulating the operations of quantum algorithms using classical hardware can become exceedingly challenging and costly. We expect at 35 AQ, some customers will have an increasingly clear business case for running models on actual quantum computers, rather than attempting to simulate those models with classical computers. If you're watching the quantum industry for signs of our computers becoming more practical or more powerful than classical computers, hitting 35 AQ is an important milestone to track. The next steps will be for our systems to take on problems that are beyond the capacity of even the best quantum simulators, and subsequently to tackle problems that even the best supercomputers can't solve. We anticipate each of these milestones driving further commercial adoption. Since going public about 20 months ago, we have been dramatically increasing our AQ, going from 6 AQ commercially available on our IonQ Harmony systems to now 29 AQ on IonQ Forte. That represents an increase of more than 1 AQ per month on average. Similarly, if you look ahead to our goal of hitting 64 AQ by the end of 2025, that also represents an average increase of more than 1 AQ per month. Moore's law famously predicted the number of transistors in an integrated circuit would double roughly every 2 years. As a reminder, each additional AQ roughly doubles the power of our systems, as measured by the useful computational space for running quantum algorithms. Moore's Law was about doubling every 2 years. At IonQ, we've been doubling our system's power every month on average. For example, the most recent leap from 25 AQ to 29 AQ represents a 16-fold increase in computational power. Potential customers are noticing the superior performance of IonQ systems, and with demand for IonQ compute time rapidly rising, we have been accelerating our system manufacturing efforts. Today, I am proud to announce that we have completed construction of our second Aria-class quantum computer, also known as Aria 2. This new machine will join Aria 1 on the public cloud this quarter. Bringing Aria 2 online is a crucial step for our commercial efforts as it improves our redundancy, capacity, and order processing speed. Speaking of customers, we are proud to announce that as part of our commercialization efforts, earlier this year, we signed a contract with the United Emirates Quantum Research Center, Technology Innovation Institute, to explore how quantum computing can give the UAE a competitive edge. This agreement is a testament to the trust and confidence that global leaders have in IonQ's cutting-edge technology and our ability to drive breakthroughs in quantum computing. In addition to bringing on more customers, we're also seeing strong results from existing customers taking advantage of our increasingly powerful systems. In collaboration with Fidelity Center for Applied Technology, or FCAT, we are proud to announce new work in the field of quantum Monte Carlo. Our newest accomplishment focuses on speeding up Monte Carlo simulations, a widely used statistical analysis method in finance, science, and engineering. A year ago, we started investing in quantum artificial intelligence, or quantum AI. Our first output of that work is a paper on modeling human cognition, which has now been published in the peer-reviewed scientific journal Entropy. We are excited by the potential for quantum to power not just machine learning, but also artificial general intelligence, or AGI, the point at which AI is strong enough to accomplish any task that a human can. With application areas for quantum becoming increasingly clear, we are also forging channel partnerships that will help us distribute IonQ compute access to a broad set of customers around the globe. We added a new enterprise partnership in April when IonQ joined forces with BearingPoint, a global management and technology consulting firm, to power their growing quantum team in Europe. BearingPoint has offices in 24 countries around the world and has over 5,000 employees, with their quantum team soon to be trained on our systems. BearingPoint premier clients will be offered access to IonQ's world-class quantum computing systems and application development services. Our momentum here at IonQ continues to build. We hit our key technical target for the full year well ahead of schedule, beat our revenue goal for the quarter, innovated with our customers to solve new problems, and tapped into a new channel partnership in Europe. Lastly, it is my pleasure to introduce Pat Tang, the newest member of the IonQ leadership team. Pat will be taking over as Vice President of Research and Development. He brings to IonQ over 23 years of technology experience, most recently as a VP of Engineering at Amazon's Lab 126. Pat is one more testament to the best-in-class talent that is convening at IonQ. And with that, I would like to turn the call over to Thomas for a more detailed review of the financials. Thomas?
Thank you, Peter. Now let's walk through this quarter's financial results in more detail. As Peter mentioned, we had an excellent quarter, recognizing $4.3 million in revenue, which was above the high end of the outlook we previously provided. This reflects us being able to complete work ahead of schedule for some of our milestone-dependent revenue. While we experienced some accelerated revenue recognition from Q2 into Q1, we anticipate that the full-year impact will be lower given how projects and milestones are distributed between periods. We exited the quarter with $4.1 million in bookings, which is a great start towards our stated expectations of between $38 to $42 million for the full year. Given that we are still at the beginning of our commercialization phase, I want to reiterate my comments from previous earnings calls that we expect bookings to continue to be lumpy for quite some time. Moving down the income statement, for Q1 2023, our total operating costs and expenses for the first quarter were $32.3 million, up 60% from $20.2 million in the prior year period, but well within our plan for the year. To break this down further, our research and development costs for the first quarter were $16.2 million, up 121% from $7.3 million in the prior year period. Recall that we are investing heavily in R&D and, given anticipated demand, are especially focused on investing in our manufacturing capabilities to build more systems than previously anticipated this year. Our sales and marketing costs in the first quarter were $2.7 million, up 43% from $1.9 million in the prior year period. This increase was due to us growing our go-to-market function and additional sales and support personnel as we continue our investment into our commercial efforts. Our general and administrative costs in the first quarter were $10.6 million, up 15% from $9.2 million in the prior year period. All of this resulted in a net loss of $27.3 million in the first quarter, compared to $4.2 million in the prior year period. It is important to note that these results include a non-cash loss of $3.6 million for the first quarter related to the change in the fair value of our warrant liabilities. We saw an adjusted EBITDA loss for the first quarter of $15.9 million, compared to a $10.3 million loss in the prior year period. Note that we projected an adjusted EBITDA loss for the year of $80.5 million. So with this quarter's loss, we believe we are still on track to hit our prior 2023 projection. Turning now to our balance sheet. Cash, cash equivalents, and investments as of March 31st, 2023, were $525.5 million. We continue to believe that this cash position, which we believe is the strongest of any quantum pure player, gives us sufficient cash reserves to get to profitability without needing to raise additional funds, given our current roadmap. Now, turning to our second quarter and full year 2023 outlook. We are pleased to increase our revenue outlook to $18.8 to $19.2 million for the full year 2023. This represents our expectation that we may be able to accelerate delivery against milestones on some of our customer contracts throughout the year. We are maintaining our bookings outlook for the full year 2023 of $38 to $42 million, and we are introducing second quarter revenue guidance of between $4.1 and $4.5 million. As a reminder, we expect bookings of between $38 and $42 million for the full year 2023. And with that, I would like to turn the call back over to Peter.
Clearly, we have been hard at work and executing diligently against our technical and business roadmap. Our early foundations as a company and our underlying trapped ion architecture are yielding the dividends we expected. The naturally high fidelity of our approach has laid the groundwork for us to begin solving the engineering problems around scalability. Our technical achievements are driving exceptional demand for more IonQ computers, which we are fulfilling with new systems like Aria 2. Meanwhile, we are trailblazing in system performance and manufacturability. We are seeing excellent progress on the commercial side of the business, adding new customers and adding value to existing ones, particularly in the growing area of quantum artificial intelligence. The time to figure out how quantum computing can accelerate your business is now. And with that, I would like to turn the call back over to our operator for the Q&A session. Operator?
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be conducting a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad, and a confirmation will indicate your line is in the question queue. You may press star 2 if you would like to remove your question from the queue. For participants using speaker equipment, it may be necessary to pick up your handset before pressing the star keys. One moment, please, while we poll for questions. Our first question comes from the line of Scott Fessler with Morgan Stanley. Please proceed.
Hi, guys. Congrats on the great quarter. Congrats on adding Aria 2 to the cloud as well. I assume this is a reflection of how well Aria 1 has gone on the cloud. With the achievements you guys have made around Forte, as you said, 16 times more powerful than Aria, has there been any discussion of bringing that to the cloud as well?
Hey, Scott, this is Peter. So certainly the reason we built Aria 2 was because of demand. And with Forte as well, we are looking at what we want to do next with that. That too, we have customers clamoring to get access to that as well. We haven't made the decision yet as to when we will put it out on the cloud or versus internal. But certainly that the demand for that system seems exceptional as well.
Thanks. And if I could get a quick follow-up in as well, you've discussed on prior calls the expectation of making a full system sale this year. Could you maybe discuss any updates around that?
Well, we're continuing. There's quite a bit of interest, especially as these systems become more powerful. As we start to get into AQ 35 and 64, customers understand that means that we're getting to a point where we can do things to get to quantum advantage. And so there's a lot of interest in the systems now, especially now that we've gotten beyond 29. And so we're not ready to report deals closed, but there's obviously conversations going around in the background.
We should also clarify that we did not actually specify that there would be a system sale in this calendar year, only that we expected one to happen in the next 12 to 24 months, and also that there are elements of hardware sales baked into our forecast. It may or may not be a full system sale, but we continue to see interest in this from several parties and actually in several segments of the market. So we continue to believe that this is indeed going to happen in the time frame that we previously mentioned.
Understood. Thank you.
These are big ticket sales, so they take a little longer.
Okay. Understood. Thanks.
Our next question comes from the line of Richard Shannon with Craig-Hallum. Please proceed.
Well, hi, guys. Thanks for taking my question as well. I guess my first question is a two-parter here. I realize I'm kind of comparing things that aren't similar, but on the theme of getting Forte 29AQ ahead of time and then also more tactically or near term, accelerating some milestones allowed you to recognize a little bit more revenues in the first quarter. What's kind of the dynamics here that's driving this acceleration? Maybe you can kind of compare and contrast any themes that might be consistent over those two dynamics. If that'd be great, please, Peter.
On the technology side, I think we have been making investments for the last few years in thinking about how to continue to improve the performance of our system. And I think that is paying off. And it's paying off in a way that we make strides and get to these technical milestones ahead of time.
And when it comes to revenue recognition, that reflects the fact that two things actually. Earlier, we've had a predominance of quantum as a service, which is more or less like SaaS, and revenue gets straight lined, which means that it will be very very simple to forecast, but we have started to move over to a more of a percentage complete type of revenue recognition contracts, which means that when we're able to start the work earlier and implement more of it earlier, we will also be able to implement or get more revenue recognition early. And that's what we particularly saw in Q1, and which has been good, and we anticipate that most of that will actually flow through to an increase in the end-of-year revenue. But there are some acceleration that we think that was merely a acceleration from Q2 to Q1, so it wouldn't persist throughout all the next periods. But we are happy to announce that this does mean that we're able to raise our revenue recognition guidance.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks for all that detail. My second question is, I understand the last conference call about system sales and whether they be government or maybe more or academic or commercial customers. And I remember your answer from that, and kind of following up with one of the previous questions here about system sales. I've seen some evidence of kind of RFIs for government contracts, for I think like 9 figures kind of dollars here that could include, the possibility of a quantum hardware sale. Are some of the potential or earliest possibilities for system sales, are those related to any government contracts that you're aware of, either published or not, or are they another kind of other dynamics driving that interest?
We have interest both in governments, both nationally, internationally, and also enterprise customers when it comes to system sales. So there's interest from multiple parties, and obviously in a national budget point of view, there's quite a bit of money for quantum and systems, and we're competing for those dollars.
Okay, fair enough. Appreciate all the detail, guys. I'll jump out of line. Thanks.
Thanks, Richard.
Our next question comes from the line of Quinn Bolton with Needham & Company. Please proceed.
Yeah, hey guys, this is Trevor on for Quinn, and congrats on the 29 AQ. That's exciting to see. And I guess to start, I know the next goal is 35 AQ in 2024, and I don't want to put pressure on you, but with your progress doing 1 AQ a month, could this milestone be reached in the first half of 24?
We're not changing the roadmap, but at the same time, obviously, we're executing well up to this point on hitting the milestones early, and we continue to expect that we will execute well.
I guess, would you say that gap from 29 to 35 is much more difficult from 25 to 29?
No, the answer is no.
Well, it is going to be, in this case, we're increasing by 6, so it will be 64 times more powerful in terms of the computation space. Yeah, so there will be some work involved, but we feel quite confident that 35 in 2024 is a goal we can accomplish.
There isn't anything major to getting to 35. Just hard work.
Okay. And do you expect the integration of the second ARIA device in the cloud to have a material impact on revenue growth? I'm trying to get a grasp of the impact that system downtime and waiting queues may have on current revenues, and if this system will help alleviate some of those problems.
So it will certainly alleviate the challenge of always having uptime. And this was planned for us because it takes us some amount of time to build these systems, and the revenue from that system is built into our forecast for the year.
Okay. Awesome. That's all I have. Thanks, guys.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Quinn.
Our next question comes from the line of David Williams with Benchmark Company. Please proceed.
Hey, good afternoon, and congrats on the execution and the progress here.
Thanks, David.
Yeah, I want to touch a little bit just as you think about that transition from 29 to 35, and maybe, or even just to getting to that 29. What are the keys? I guess what areas are you improving? Is it around the system? Is it the optical side? Is it the I/O? Where are the improvements coming from, or is it just better, higher quality qubits during the manufacturing process? Just trying to understand where this is where you're getting the benefits.
Yeah, and as we have said in the past, our qubits are individual atoms. They ain't getting any better. I think it's really about how we control our systems and operate them. So, as we have discussed some time ago, Forte actually has an improved optical system to drive our gates, and I think we're really seeing the benefits of that design upgrade. But also we're actually learning how to operate these systems more optimally. So a lot of this is really coming from improving the quality of our gates and our ability to run longer circuits without any unexpected degradation in the performance.
For the most part, these things are often the large part of the benefit is often in software, not in hardware. So we're doing a better job controlling it in software.
Okay, very helpful. Thanks for that. I'm sure there's quite a few areas within that topology that you can tweak to gain that performance as well. Is that a correct assumption?
That is certainly correct. I mean, where all the hardware is under control of software. So how good a job you do, everything from pulse shaping of light to the timing and all the rest of that's all under control. So if we can build a better piece of software, then we can get better performance out of these. Sometimes it requires hardware changes. Every once in a while somebody says, "Oh, hey, we replace X, Y, and Z, and we could get better." But it's often mostly in software.
Okay, very good. And then I guess lastly for me, maybe it's a two-part, but just kind of thinking about the AI regulation that's been proposed. How do you see that? And then secondly, can you kind of talk about maybe what Pat does in terms of your R&D efforts and what your expectations are there?
Yes. So, there are obviously the regulations for AI. We expect as we get into that field more that some part of that would be we control kind of what we do in the future, and we're supportive of an intelligent government regulation. I'm not sure does that exist, but but you get the concept. And then Pat's experience at Lab 126. Lab 126 was the group that did all the hardware for Amazon. And prior to Lab 126, he was over at Apple working on their hardware. So he very much has both a R&D background, a physics background, and also very much a product background. He's used to, helping build real products. And, if you look at the evolution of IonQ, we are kind of started off as an academic organization. We're moving to an engineering organization. And now the last transformation is to a product organization. Pat is going to take on the challenges related to R&D that have a little bit longer time frame. The engineering organization is always being pressed to build that next system to hit the next AQ number. And Pat will have a little more time. His time horizons is probably closer to 3 to 4 to 5 years. So he can take on more ambitious goals, which are necessary to be able to hit numbers beyond AQ 64.
As a reminder, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Our next question will come again from the line of Scott Fessler with Morgan Stanley. Please proceed.
Yeah, thanks for the additional question. So as your existing contracts start to roll off over the next year or two, we'll call it, how should we expect pricing to change, maybe gen over gen, as you offer some, way more higher powered hardware to your customers?
That is an excellent question. What we like to see is that we provide more value to our customers, and we want to continue to create more and more value. We don't think that this is time to start gouging our customers. We want actually to partner with them, but there's definitely room for price to drift up as we provide more and more value to the market.
And like any kind of traditional hardware, what you're seeing is kind of last year's hardware is being offered more cheaply, and the latest generation is usually at least as expensive, maybe more, especially here where you've got such huge leaps in computational power.
Got it. And then one more, if time allows.
Sure.
As you move from 29 AQ to 35 next year, can you just talk about some of the the big headline applications that you think open up once you hit that 35 AQ number?
It's very much quantum machine learning is the things that we think in the roughly 35. So we are investing heavily on the application side. The other aspect that we expect is not just in ML, but also in AGI. So we started investment and investigation in that more than a year ago, which was the first part of that was the paper we just produced, which ran on our hardware. But we're investing in that as well. So we expect strong AI or AGI to be even better on quantum hardware going forward. So I don't know yet if 35 will be enough, but we're investing in that. We do feel very strongly that in QML, quantum ML, that you'll start to see quantum advantage in those applications.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the question and answer session. I'd like to turn the call back to Peter Chapman for closing remarks.
I want to thank everyone for joining us today, and thank you for all the thoughtful questions. Finally, I want to thank the entire IonQ team for their hard and diligent work that allowed us to achieve the key technical and business milestones, including 29 AQ this quarter. We truly believe that we are changing the world one day at a time, and I look forward to speaking with all of you very soon. Thank you.
There we go. There is Quantum Computers, IonQ. So what do you make of that? To me, that sounded like everything was on target, made some major achievements this year. I think the loss wasn't really unexpected. I think the sell-off was a margin overreaction. I mean, when you heard what they were spending money on, research and development is the only way they're going to move the business forward. It sounds to me like everything is on track. So I doubled my position. I'm happy. I bought it when it hit the bottom. I think it's we got to wait. I mean, this is a 2-3 year out. But I think we're going to start seeing some major benefits. Start to see some major benefits next year. So anyway. Unfortunately, the studio is painted red tonight. We did lose money, but we are up on it. I am up 4.88%. I did buy the dip. I don't know what you did. I'm very happy. I think we might get a bit of an extra sell-off tomorrow. If we do, I've got funds on hand to triple up and increase my position. I like what I heard. It's very interesting listening to the guys talk at IonQ. It's a very different call than many others. It very is. You can sort of sense the science and the complexity of the whole call. It's a very different feel to most of our earnings calls that we cover. Anyway, that's it from me tonight. I'm going to get off. Thank you very much indeed. If you are still with me, come into the chat and say hello. I'd like to share your thoughts about that before I go. We are back, of course, tomorrow. If you are with our big giveaway, it's our biggest ever giveaway on the show. Smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. It really, really helps our channel to grow. If you could tap the like button, I'll just bring up Mr. Mini-Me. There he is. Really, really helps me. Tomorrow is our biggest ever giveaway. We're giving away $125 in cash and 15 hours of one-on-one training with Ed Nevius, who's paid to learn all about charts and all the rest of it, candles, setups, and all the rest of it. He's going to spend 15 hours one-on-one training with you for free and give you $125 to invest in your own portfolio. How fantastic is that? Absolutely fan-flipping-tastic. Anyway, so here is the competition. We're running this tomorrow. It's your last chance to get in. It's martynlucas.com, which is a secure server, and it's /giveaway. This is it right now. You can do as many things as you want to win. You can do one action to get one ticket, or get as many as you want, just by simply going to this website here, my website, and following or retweeting or liking or just coming to the website. You can get a ticket and have a chance to win. That's being done tomorrow in the closing bell. All the rules and regulations are here in the information. If you read into it, it'll tell you all about it. All right. Okay, I think that's it. Pretty much covers everything you need to know. All right. Look forward to that. That's tomorrow's cash giveaway. All right, that's it from me. I'm just about done. I don't think we've got any more comments. If you want to get a follow-up for this, there will be a video going out shortly on this earnings call. If you want, I know we've got people watching me over on Rumble tonight as well. We are trying to get to 100 followers by tomorrow, 2 weeks. I've got 2 accounts, the music channel and my investor channel. There it is. Go and check it out. Let me see how many people are watching me on Rumble tonight. Just 6. Midnight Oil is there. Thanks for the IonQ coverage. You are very, very welcome. That's it for me. All right. Let me give you the invitation to go to Twitter if you want to share with me your thoughts on IonQ. Let me know. I've got polls running on there. There you go. That's it from me. So IonQ tonight. Are you in? Are you out? What do you think? I've got to go. God bless, says Mario Ortiz. Have a good night as usual. Thank you for all the information. It's my pleasure to be with you every single day. It really is. All right. That's it from me. IonQ. Business as usual. Nice to see the stock price coming up as I doubled up my position. So quite nice. That can go up back to 10%. That would be good. All right. I will see you all back in the morning for the opening bell, closing bell, and then, of course, we have the giveaway in the closing bell in the afternoon. That's it from me. There's no point doing the credits. We didn't get any super chats or any crypto tips tonight during the show. So I will see you all back in the morning. As always, hopefully we can turn the lights green tomorrow here in the studio. Between now and then, take care of your crypto, your money, yourselves, and each other. Bye-bye for now.